All right, so in today's video, we're going to be talking about how easy it is to build out a website for a client. But what I don't see being talked about is what happens after a site is built. If you've ever come across a situation where you delivered a site and then afterwards you feel like the relationship kind of fades, this video is for you. Hey, my name is Paul Kim, and in this channel, I talk about getting clients with HighLevel and clarity before AI and automation. So in this video specifically, not only am I going to talk about getting clients, but keeping them. And what I mean by that is, I think a lot of times going out and getting clients and doing websites is easy because it's something visual, right? So and there's progress, meaning that when you pitch to a client, say, I'm going to build out a website, you feel like you've launched something and the client feels that as well. And then you build, there's progress, and then there's something that you launch and you basically see it visually. So here is the disconnect. So the client thinks that the website is the solution, right? Now, solution to what problem, right? And for us as an agency owner, we provide value because at the end of the day, we created this beautiful website that is looking great. So one of the mistakes is that nobody has defined a result, right? A solution. And in the agency's eyes, we have delivered value, right? And then, the confusion sets in because there is a monthly cost and the client is saying, what am I getting out of this monthly cost? So initially there was excitement and then there's confusion after the launch of the website. So what I want to talk about is really what happens is churn, meaning that the client is now confused and most likely a couple of months down the line will most likely cancel because he doesn't see the result, the solution to a problem. And so that may not be the problem that you are solving. So here's where most agencies make the mistake. So agencies sell output, but instead of the responsibility, for example, the outcome or the results, right? And what I mean by that is assets, like assets, meaning the website on its own cannot stand on its own. There has to be some sort of ownership or some sort of output or result. And what I mean by that, let me take, for example, a lemonade stand, right? So, and I reference the lemonade stand because I always try to remember, talk like you're speaking to a 5-year-old. And so the way I look at it is a lemonade stand. So basically you have sold your client a nice looking lemonade stand and you drop it off at their house, right? That is the output. The ownership, the ownership or the result that the client is expecting, and you may not have extracted that from the conversation you had, is, for example, like, are you going to help put that lemonade stand to a location where it has visibility? Are you going to help in creating conversations when people pass by when they have this lemonade stand out in the public? Are you going to help with the follow-up when people stop by and they get the lemonade stand or they get the lemonade, right? And so those are the things that is going to help retain and keep your clients for the long term and not just the website. So when I look at building out a website for a client, right, I look at the overall flow of things and where the client is at that business. Because if you're just building out a website and not thinking of the whole business, you're doing a disservice. So I have what's called a local framework that I utilize. Right. So when I look at retention, I don't look at just the website itself. I look at how visibility for that specific business, in this case, the website, is going to be responsible for all of the rest of what happens afterwards, right? What I mean by that is I have this a framework. It's called local, and the first L for the framework, L stands for local visibility. So if you can help the client get more local visibility, and so the way I look at it is most businesses, most small businesses nowadays, especially when it comes to online presence, they struggle in this area. And so if you can help the client with that local visibility, and that really is a dependent function of what's in their budget, right? Because you can do so many different things to help them generate local visibility. So retention comes from continuous online visibility, and also the conversations that is owned within that system, right? The website itself cannot be the system. If it is, then most likely the client will fade away and basically churn. So if you're struggling to keep clients, building out websites, and you struggle with keeping your clients, retaining them, and you have a high churn rate, it's not a sales problem, but it's a clarity problem. And once you see that, the way that you build and the way you sell your website and your system is going to naturally change. And hopefully that will help you retain the clients for the long term. All right, so I hope this video was helpful, and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Okay, bye now.